Hi, everyone. Welcome back. We are here for Digital IQ. This will be our last Digital IQ before the new year, but I do have some more amazing guests lined up going into next week. Today, we are going to be joined by Ginny, who is coming to us from Suriname today. I have had the pleasure of working with Ginny as a client, and I would like to say that she's becoming a friend. Ginny is a bundle of joy and she is a pleasure to work with. I can say, and if you're in marketing, you can appreciate the boost that it is to work with a client that you genuinely love working with. And Ginny is one such client. And I have had the pleasure of helping her to execute some plans for her family business. And we're going to be talking about that. But we're also going to be talking about her personal growth as well this year and her highlights, as well as some lessons that she has learned too. So I want to officially welcome Ginny into Digital IQ. Hi, Ginny.
Hi, Anika. How are you?
I'm fine. I love how these conversations that I have, whenever I welcome someone in, it's as if we weren't talking before. But the thing is, y'all don't know, but Ginny and I have been chatting. We've been chatting before we went live. So it's a pleasure to see you. You froze just a moment, so I'm hoping that the video will stabilize. Oh, there
I'm
we go.
sorry.
You're back. You're
You just
back.
closed. Yeah. Yes, I'm back.
I see you. So I did a little bit of an intro just a while ago. Tell folks who's Ginny for folks who don't know.
Okay. So, first off, like we do in our country, I'm the daughter of Lydia and Clifton. Clifton, my father, he passed away when I was 13. And I am the wife of Ramiro, who also made me the mother of Dami of 6 and DJ of 9.
Mm-hmm.
And during everything, I'm also an employee at a family-owned business, which makes the best peanut butter in the entire
If you
world.
do say so yourself.
And
We're losing you. You chipped out a second. Is Ginny there? I'm assuming it's gonna stabilize again. Is this my internet? Let me know if you're watching in the comments. Just give me a comment and let me know if you can still hear me. But I'm hoping that we will stabilize soon. So hang on. Let me remove. And I'm going to go full screen for a moment while hopefully we will get Ginny back online. So who's watching? I noticed that we have a couple viewers. So I'm curious where you're from. Let me know in the comments. And if you are watching from Facebook or if you're watching from YouTube, drop a comment to me so I know I'm not alone. I'm waiting for Ginny's stream to settle down. There we go. There we go. So I have a Facebook user. I'm assuming you're in the Caribbean Entrepreneur group. I'm not going to see your name because you're in the group. So Facebook privacy policy stuff, it's not going to show me your name. Thank you. So you're seeing me. Thank you. Okay, here's Ginny. So just waiting on her stream to stabilize, and then I'm going to bring her back in. Let's see. Waiting on her camera. Oh, okay. Hang on. Here we go. We're good now. Here we are.
but I don't know what's happening to the connection.
It's okay. You're back. So we're good.
Okay.
We're good. So you were talking about you're a mom of 2 and
Yes.
you are employed to your family business. And just based on what we were talking about before and what I do know, it was a business that your grandfather started.
Yes, that's
And
true.
it was all about importing peanuts, but then your dad had the idea to say, well, hey, we're importing all of these peanuts. Let's make some peanut butter.
Yes.
And now we
Yeah.
have Whippy, the brand.
And now we have
And let me actually show you guys a little something from Whippy. So this is the Whippy brand. If you happen to see it on your shelves anywhere, please grab it up. But I know that, so we're going to be talking about Whippy briefly, but Whippy has a bunch of different variations. You have the sugar-free,
yes,
which is a big deal, especially for us in the Caribbean. And then you got the crunchy and you got the smooth, and then you have the spicy version.
Yes, the spicy
Which we
version.
don't have it on our shelves here. So I'm a bit jealous, and I'm still waiting on my shipment.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, I totally forgot. I'm going to make it right. I'm sorry.
I love my peanut butter.
Well, well, actually, I wanted to get you over here so I can cook for you
Oh my gosh, no, yes.
with your daughter, and I will make a vegan version. I will make a
Oh my
vegan version of
goodness.
the peanut soup. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, now I'm excited. I'm excited. 2021 is gonna be amazing. Okay,
Yeah.
so tell me, because you're part of your family business, I do have a question, and I think this is something that many people take for granted. When somebody works within a family business, they think that it's great, but it's not always necessarily great. But I'm curious, like, what are your unique challenges being employed to a family business? Do you experience anything unique for yourself?
Well, we're going to keep that answer simple.
Yeah.
It's it's trying to keep the challenge between playing it safe
Mm-hmm.
and taking calculated risks.
Yeah.
It's a big challenge, and you need to know how to keep that balance because there are different points of views in the management team, and sometimes you really need to stick by your point of view
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
execute your plan. But sometimes you need to tone it down a little, and you need to know how to make that balance, to keep that balance. It's a
Yeah.
challenge, but you need to have the end result in mind, and that's what makes it worthwhile.
I guess it also comes down to like building legacy, and ensuring or sustaining your family's legacy. So now I'm actually curious around your own endeavors, your own venture into building your own legacy for yourself and your kids, because you have your own company, Just Soy, and you can break down the translation for anyone who's watching. But that came out of necessity for you and your children, eh?
Yes, it did come out of a necessity because my children are extremely allergic to cow's milk protein.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And it was it was an extremely frightening journey which I experienced with my children.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Did we lose Ginny? I think we lost her again. Let's wait a moment. Let's see if things settle down. Hang on. Let's see if things stabilize for us. So just for a little background, if you are watching, let me remove Ginny for a moment. We are talking with Ginny out of Suriname. She is the deputy director of a peanut butter manufacturing company, the national peanut butter brand out of Suriname. And yeah, so we lost her for a second. I'm hoping she'll join back soon. And she has an interesting story about building legacy for herself through her family's business, as well as starting her own company, which was founded out of necessity. So here she's coming back in. Here we go. Let's bring her back in. There you are.
I moved closer to the router, so
Okay.
I'm in another room.
No problem. You move quick. That was fast.
I ran.
Okay, catch your breath.
I'm like, oh, this is not happening. This is not happening. So,
What to
yeah.
do?
So I
Yeah,
was
so
talking
we're
about my
talking about
journey.
yeah.
Yeah, which was very frightening. Because when you're a mother, you expect that you can rely on the knowledge of doctors and pediatricians to tell you everything that's wrong with your little one.
Mm-hmm.
And um doesn't
It doesn't
doesn't
always work
come to
out that
you
way.
when they
Mm-hmm.
can give you, yeah, when they don't give you the right information because they don't have any experience in that field, then you
Mm-hmm.
have to go digging yourself. So that was a big challenge because you don't know what you're facing. You have the natural instincts to protect your children as a mother, but
Mm-hmm.
with the allergies, you don't even know what to protect your children from. And
Yeah.
especially when you don't have anybody guiding you, and you have to
Mm-hmm.
do it yourself, and if you have to figure out it yourself. So my husband was a big support, very big support. He has seas and oceans of patience because with me, because I'm not that patient. I'm the very impatient one in the relationship, and
Yeah.
he has oceans of patience, and he helped me a lot. He was my rock during everything, and
Mm-hmm.
we had to figure out everything ourselves. And
Yeah.
then it turned out to be the milk allergy. But you
Mm-hmm.
don't know, um when you're facing it, you don't know, you keep your children from milk, okay, but you don't know in what kind of products milk is an ingredient.
Yeah.
So it's in soaps, it's
Wow.
yes, it's in soaps, it's in bread, it's in basically everything. So
Mm-hmm.
you need to sustain them from basically everything. And I started to bake my own bread, I started to make my own candy, I started to bake my own cakes, I started to make my own chocolate, I started to make everything. Yeah, those are the rum cakes. The prune
Those
cake.
look good.
Yeah, the rum cakes are good. Oh, this one is the chocolate cake with the strawberry.
Yeah,
And
I'm coming to Suriname just for this cake.
you're very welcome. I have a room. I have a spare room ready for you guys.
I'm so coming.
And I also made the it's kind of like a gingerbread cake. So
Mhm.
I'm very lucky that I know how to cook and I know how to bake, but the challenge was how to bake dairy free. So I started to bake dairy free and started to make everything dairy free, which translated into vegan products. So that's how, because of the allergy, it got inspired my company.
Mhm.
My son, what was hard because birthdays are a big thing worldwide. You go
Yeah.
to school, you sing happy birthday, the cake gets cut, and then your children are like this, looking at the cake, and they can't have the cake.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
heartbreaking. And I was like, this is not gonna happen. You're gonna have cake. So I started baking and I started sending everything along with them, and
Yeah.
they had everything they wanted and needed. So
So literally, and I don't know if this saying translates correctly into Dutch, but there's a saying around necessity is the mother of invention.
yes.
So literally, as the mom, you took it
Yep.
upon yourself to create something for your children, which has now created a whole new brand and a whole new avenue for you to create your
Yes.
own legacy as well.
Yes.
So I'm curious because you did touch on, the vegan community and having to rely on them. I'm curious about the importance of community for you, or how community has played a role in this journey for you. Uh-oh, did we lose Ginny again? Looks like we have like moments when there is stability in the connection and then we lose her. Let me see if we can restart this. Okay, so in the meantime, and we're being very impromptu right now. In the meantime, for those of you viewing, I know that we have someone from the Facebook group who's viewing. Let me know if everybody is viewing from the Facebook group or you're viewing from YouTube. I'm curious. And what kind of conversations do you want to hear going into the new year? So digital IQ is really, it's not just about digital marketing, but I did want to focus on community building, but I'm curious for folks who are in the Facebook group, what kind of conversations you want to hear going into the new year, what kind of experts you want me to bring in. I have Ginny again, so I'm going to bring her back into the conversation, but let me know in the comments and I will take it into account, that's for sure, because I'm building out content going into January now. So here we have Ginny. Hello.
Hi. I think you have to bear with us because the internet is
It's
very
going in
unstable,
and out.
in and
It's
out. So bear with us, please.
we'll work with it. We'll work with it. So
Okay.
tell me about the importance of community for you in
Yeah.
building Just Soy.
Yes. So if you, I think everybody does that. If you need information, you turn to Google.
Yeah. Hmm.
You go and look up everything and you start to surf the internet and I turned to Instagram, I turned to Facebook, and I started to find all those communities with all those allergy mommies, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy. This is so normal. It's one of the most common allergies in the world, but the
Wow.
doctors and the pediatricians in our country just don't have that up-to-date knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
They have the basic knowledge but not the up-to-date knowledge. So I started to surf the internet and I found lovely groups of mothers which put out their frustrations and their experiences and their stories, and I started reading and I started crying. Oh my god, this is just me. I'm reading about myself.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was a big comfort to connect with those mothers and asking questions. And I was like, I should do this too. I should
Mm-hmm.
do this too, because if I didn't have the knowledge in our country, many other mothers don't have the knowledge. So I reached out to my pediatricians and I reached out to doctors and I started
Mm-hmm.
to tell them about my situation. And I had presentations for nurses, pediatricians, and such.
Wow. Yeah.
And I was so proud. I was really proud, and that's what helped. And the pediatrician started to give my number to other mommies who are in the same situation, and now I'm guiding them because it was a hell. I went through hell and back, and all my experience, I'm telling them about it, like I've
Mhm.
experienced with other communities, and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm not crazy." The same sentence. "Oh my god, I'm not crazy."
I can tell
So
you how many times I've said that as a mom too, just about different things. Like,
yeah.
it's not me alone. I'm not
No.
alone. I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit, because recently, and we spoke about moms as well and a community of moms. So Whippy, you had your own online web series called The Mom Connection. What has that experience been like for you to speak at the forefront of Whippy for moms within your country?
It was a wonderful experience because of my recent experience, my own experience with the allergies.
Mhm.
It was wonderful to see how other moms could connect, and in this situation, it's more about keeping sane and how you survive during the COVID period.
Yeah.
But they were like, you were hearing a lot about the same thing.
Mhm.
Working from home, like we're talking right now, and the children running behind the screen. I threw my brush at my children. Others threw how do you call that? Remote controls of the air conditioner.
Yep.
and and the meeting just continues, but they don't see what happens behind your laptop. And
Right.
it was so much fun. I talked to a lot of strong women. I learned how it was like to deliver during the COVID period. um,
Mhm.
and all the restrictions there around giving birth and COVID. Um,
Mhm.
I learned a lot from one mommy whose product was invented because of the COVID period. You couldn't go out to do your hair, so she thought of,
Ah,
yeah, that's salami,
that's
and she
salami.
thought
Yeah.
yeah, she thought she introduced a service to go to your house, of course, with the safe rules, and then she
Mhm.
did your hair for you using her products. It was nice to see how out of necessity
Again.
everything got born again, you
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah.
it was wonderful. And it was wonderful to hear afterwards how they experienced that and how other mothers reached out. So it's a
Mhm.
wonderful product. Thank you for that though.
I'm looking forward to more episodes, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about
Yes.
that separately. Tell me a little bit about some lessons that you've learned this year. Like what have been some of your highlights, some of your hardships this year, whether it be
Well,
professionally or personally.
I also want to keep it simple on this one. The
Mm-hmm.
highlight of the year is waking up every day alive and healthy
Mm-hmm.
and getting to enjoy yet one other day with my family. That is
Mm-hmm.
such a blessing. You don't know the worth of being healthy than when you're in a pandemic. It's
Yeah.
it's amazing. You wake up and you get to enjoy yet another day with your family. So that was one of the most valuable things I have in life at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It taught me how to be grateful for the small things, even though you can sometimes pick them up and throw them away. But that was one of COVID made you, how do you say that, stand still and
Mm-hmm.
appreciate everything that you have, because every year you have the New Year's resolution. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I want to accomplish this. But this year it has been a year of appreciating everything you have and not everything you want extra. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the most important thing I have during this year. And besides that, it's very I feel honored that I'm getting coached at the moment to accelerate in the company, so in a family owned business.
Yeah.
And and besides that, I also started my own company this year on my birthday. So
Mm-hmm.
those are the three things that I'm that those are the highlights in my life at the moment.
Talk about growth. A lot of growth.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going
What would you say has been, if you could do something differently this year, is there anything that you would have done differently this year?
on.
Uh-oh. We might have lost Ginny again. In the meantime, y'all, let me know. Hang on. Let me know what you want us to talk about, what topics you want us to cover in 2021. I am going to be scheduling um, my upcoming IQ guests, as well as workshops and some training opportunities. So, if you're familiar with the solopreneur boot camps, the boot camps are coming back and they're coming back stronger, bigger, and better going into 2021. So, I am curious what areas you'd like us to focus on. Of course, they tend to be very brand and marketing heavy, but I'm going to be bringing in experts in different fields. So if there's another area that you want us to focus on for 2021, if there's a business area that you would like more help with, for example, in terms of human resource management, just as an example, let me know. Feel free to even message me or email me. Let me just put my Instagram handle on screen. You can let me know what kind of topics you'd like us to cover. So here's Ginny.
Hi.
Yes. So we
Yes.
were talking about anything you do differently.
Yes. So I would have done things faster if there wasn't any COVID. But
Mm-hmm.
in general, I feel like I'm on the right track. And I wouldn't have done anything differently, just
Mm-hmm.
faster.
Just faster.
Um, Personally,
Mm-hmm.
I would would have hoped that I didn't stop exercising.
Girl, you went there.
Yeah, it's oh my
Not just
god.
you.
Seriously, the gyms got closed and I was on a roll. I was doing Muay Thai, but the gyms got closed, and I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, we'll just wait for them to open again. And then they didn't, and then I had to wait. And I'm a huge sweet tooth. You've seen my cakes.
Yeah,
So
they're milk
that
free, but they're not sugar free.
they're not healthy. They're not healthy. So that's the only thing I wanted to do differently. Exercise more and eat less sugar. But in general, I do feel like I'm on the right track,
Hmm.
and that I'm moving in the right direction. And I just need to continue. I'm used to doing stuff in a faster tempo, in a higher tempo, but
Hmm.
due to COVID, I was forced to do stuff in a lower tempo.
Differently. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
What would you say has kept you going? What's kept you going day to day? What's kept your momentum going?
What has kept me going is my support group. I have a support group. That's my closest friends and my family, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And the grace of God.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very religious. I believe in Him, in God, and pray each and every day. And when I feel like crying and screaming, and oh my, what am I supposed to do? I just
Yeah.
down. I pray about it. I think about it, and then the next day I feel better. And
Mm-hmm.
you just need to listen. You just need to listen better to what He's saying. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's through words of others, but you need to listen.
Yeah.
And my support group kept me sane,
Yeah.
kept me going. So you shouldn't underestimate the power of your support group. You need to have a support group, the people you can confide in, the people who will run to you, even though there's COVID at 3 a.m. So you need that, and that's what kept me going. My ride or die crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your vision for 2021 and beyond for Whippy as well as for Josoy? Like what do you see happening?
Mm, with Whippy,
Mm-hmm.
we're on the right track. We had since the 2nd of November, we have a new distributor, and he's doing a hell of a job. And he's a real partner with for us, and he is doing everything differently, and he's doing a great job. So we're going to continue doing that. We want to export more, and we just want to keep growing. So that's
Yeah.
what we need to do. Um, and personally, with Josoy, we're in the process of buying a new piece of land. We're going to build another kitchen where I can make a mess
Where you can make a mess safely.
safely, safely without my husband going boof.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing, and we're going to move to another bigger kitchen where I can experiment and bake freely. But the vegan market, the vegetarian market in our country is growing
Mm-hmm.
significantly. People are a lot healthier, and they're focusing on eating clean,
Mm-hmm.
eating less meat. They're getting healthier. That's good
Mm-hmm.
news. And there's a big market for us out there. So we're going to focus on that because our peanut butter is also the diet version is also vegan. So we're going to conquer that market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you, Ginny. I'm
Thank
excited
you.
for you. So many things are happening. I want to encourage anyone to check out Whippy on Instagram as well as on Facebook. On Facebook, you can read the translations. So the Whippy page is actually in Dutch, but you can read the translations for like the recipes and some of the great posts that go out. But there's some good recipes there, I have to say. Very yummy. And I'm excited for Jasoy, Ginny. So let's see what happens going into 2021. And I want to thank you for joining me. Something just fell outside. Sorry, it was
Oh,
just
okay, no problem.
probably a treat. I want to join you. I want to thank you for joining me today, and I want to wish you a happy new year to you and your family and the entire Whippy team.
Thank you. Also for Chic Digital, a happy and above all healthy new year.
Yes.
Let's keep safe. Let's hope for a stable vaccination. We're all praying for that.
Yeah.
And keep doing what you're doing. I'm very proud of you and your business and your team.
Thank
And
you.
I hope to work with you again and furthermore in 2021.
Yes, I'm excited. Thank you so much, Ginny.
Thank
You
you.
take
Bye
care,
bye.
and thank you to anybody who had tuned in or to the folks who did tune in. Remember to let me know in the comments what you would like me to focus on going into the new year, bringing in experts from various areas. So it's not just about digital, but overall, we're focusing heavily on the solopreneur. So if there are any areas of focus, whether it be maybe working with freelancers, working with team members, accounting, managing contracts, writing your business plan, whatever those things are, drop them in the comments, let me know, and I'll be bringing in experts for you all. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you again next time. Happy New Year.